Why are eggs so expensive these days? Some people asked. Farmers are just exploiting the market, but is that really the cause? Well, let me take you on our journey of raising pullets from day old to point of lay. You will see what really goes on behind the scene. Welcome to Slam Page. So if you are just coming across this channel for the first time, please kindly give us a like, comment and share with friends, as we'll be bringing you exciting topics relating to poultry farming. Today, 2nd of May 2025, our bird arrived exactly 3:30 a.m. from Ibadan. We had already prepared their new brooding home. We laid the brooding paper to stop them from eating the wood shavings. You know, these birds, they are just new, they are like babies, and they can't really differentiate between the wood shavings and their feed, because if you look at it, it somehow looks alike. So that's why it's not advisable to even use sawdust at all. It's better you look for the wood shaving. So we have already prepared their brooding home. This brooding home takes nothing less than 1 week. 1 week just to prepare their brooding home. So when they arrive, we lay the brooding paper. I decided not to lay the brooding paper prior to the arrival because it might just messed up, because we're still testing the nipple drinkers to make sure that none is still leaking. Then we already sanitized their pipes. We had to run a flow through for them. We use you can use any sanitizer of your choice. So we use sanitizer to flush the pipe. Why we did so is that in the pipe there might be clogs, there might be remnants, there might be anything that you can't see. So we had to run a flow through for them for 24 hours non-stop, so that any residue or anything that is inside the pipe, it will be flushed out. After that, we then set their nipple drinker to a desirable height. You see, one thing about this raising their nipple drinkers is that these drinkers, you know, they are just like our babies. You're just introducing them to this system, so you have to take it to their head level. That is, when they want to drink, they don't have to lean or they don't have to bend their neck. So you must give them an appropriate height for the nipple drinker. So after this, we make sure that everything is ready before we can even bring the beds. So when we brought the beds in to the brooding house, we removed the rope that they use in tying them. I counted some, you just count at random, but unfortunately we had 3 mortalities, and this was during transportation. I discovered in one of the carton that 3 in a carton. Amongst all the whole carton, it's only 1 carton that I had 3 mortalities. So I guess maybe the carton was pressed, so that was what led to that mortality. But amongst that, we don't have any other mortality yet. So when I saw this mortality, I was so heartbroken, but it is what it is. So he then gave them anti-stress vitamins. You know, they've been coming a long way. So what we just need to do is to give them anti-stress, because they've gone through a lot of stress. You are just introducing them to a new environment, so you have to take care of them. See, one thing about chicks is that you see them like babies. They are like babies. The way you care for a newborn, that's how you care for them. So you know, when a baby is being born, the first thing, even before you start breastfeeding, they advise to give them water, just a little water, before the breast milk will be ready. So the first thing we give them is to give them anti-stress water. So this allows them to cool, to ease up the stress of transportation and moving from the hatchery down to the garage, down to our farm. So this will help them to reduce the stress. After about 30 minutes that we gave them the anti-stress water, then we introduce the feed. So this feed, it's a whole lot of work, because you have to take them, we had to even sprinkle some feeds on the brooding paper, because just make sure that the feeds are everywhere, so that when they go here there is feed, when they move there is feed. So it will make the feed to go round, and when you notice that, you will see some birds, they will not even attempt to even pick the feed or anything. So what you just do is that you move those ones to the feed, maybe to the feeding tray, so when they see others eating, they try to eat also. And after about something now happened at about 3 p.m. I just remember that, oh, Queen Oslam, you have not eaten. So I just said, okay, let me step out to eat. Oh, hey, do you know what really happened? By the time I'll come back, I met some of them clogging together. And one thing about these birds is that they will give you sign. So they give sign. When you see them cluster together, when they don't move freely, they cluster in such a way that you know this is a cluster. So what that symbolizes that the heat that is in the room is not enough for them. So I had to look for another fire pot and increase the light and increase the lighting. So after doing that, they became so lively again, and that sight makes me so happy, because it's when you have a happy chicks, you have a happy farmer. So from morning till night, we didn't rest. Every minute checking if they are eating, checking if they are drinking, checking if the heat in their room is circulating very well, checking for some birds. Now there are some weak birds amongst them. Thank God I was even checking every minute. They almost stabbed it to death. So you have to pick them up. There are always those weak birds among them. You have to pick them up. You will be the one even feeding them. I have to take those weak ones to the nipple drinker. You move them from nipple drinker to the feeding tray. Just make sure they are eating, because some are very stubborn. They will not eat, and once they don't eat, they die. So we just had to do all this to make them adapt to their new home. You know, this an entirely different environment from where they're coming from. So you have to make them feel at home. You have to make them adjust to that environment. So you can see that raising pullets is not for the faint-hearted. So next time when you see a crate of egg, know it's more than just a poultry. It is sweat, it is love, it is life. And in all this is just a day one of our journey. So next time you see the price of egg, remember the story behind it. Please and please subscribe, like, comment and share with friends, and follow us as we raise these chicks to point of lay. See you in the next video. Bye.